Good afternoon. This is Torn in Two. I am Melvin Burns. I am one of the two hosts for this program. You're normally used to seeing my friend and brother uh, Gregory T hosting the show, but he is not here today, so I'm steering the ship alone. And we're still going to have an exciting show. So if you're in your car, turn up the volume. If you're listening on your radio or device anywhere else, just pay attention. If you are able to watch, feel free to do that. This show is being broadcast live on Facebook. You can also catch it on 22 on Facebook later. It's recorded and played over again later and later. So thank you for joining us. As my brother Greg always likes to update you, the temperature outside is 77 degrees. It's a little overcast. If you have events planned a little later today, you may want to take a little raincoat or something, but we're going to be fine most of the day. Um, I want you to join me in welcoming our guest today, a very bright young lady. I've seen her a few times over the years as she was growing up, but I think you're going to really enjoy our interview today. Her name is Tevyona Knox. Would you join me in welcoming her to the program? Hello.
How is everyone today? How are you today?
I'm good. Artist Tevyona, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Excited.
Yeah. Oh, good. Let's start off. Tell folks a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Tevyona Knox. I'm from Muskegon, Michigan. I graduated from Muskegon High School in 2011. I am an artist and a painter. Um, I'm from Muskegon. I do travel as well, so don't get discouraged if I'm from Muskegon. I do not have a limitations on my traveling.
Okay.
I have two daughters, Tiaja and Desiree. So they're one looking up to me far as painting. So they're gonna be some little artists as well.
Okay.
Been running my business for about 5 years now, going on 5 years.
Okay.
I am an artist and a painter. So when I say artist slash paint instructor, I do host paint and sip classes. So paint and sips from adults, kids, elders, nursing homes. I go anywhere to bring the party.
Okay.
When I say artist, I do paintings as well. So abstract paintings, as you can see behind me, I have one of my little examples, one of my favorites, the lady on the beach.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. I'm all about art though, abstract
Okay.
art.
Okay. So start off. Tell us how you first got interested in art and found out this is something that you had a knack for.
So my late father, Devin Knox, he was big into art, drawing, painting, sculpting, the whole broad. When I was little, about 5 years old, I only just say five because I can pretty much remember about five. I used to sneak in the basement, watch him paint, draw. I took all the way from classes from preschool all the way up to college. I took an art class for painting, drawing, ceramics, multicultural art. It was just something that I was just drawn to. You know, you have some people that if they get it, they get it. If they don't, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Painting is like yin and yang for me. From peanut butter to my jelly.
Okay. Okay. And just how were you encouraged in this? By your mother and other people. How were you encouraged to pursue this?
I would definitely say push. Do not get discouraged. That one day you can make $1,000, the next day you can make $0, but you have to just tell yourself, what if that next day is that $1,000, that $1,000,000, that day that'll make me rich? I'm all for pushing and trusting the process. You're
Mm.
gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days, but if it's something that you're passionate about, I definitely will hold on to it. It'll
Mm.
definitely be worth it.
So you're a bright young lady. You go to high school and you start thinking about what you want to do, and of course, the idea is to go to college and get a real job, right? So,
Yes.
what makes you make this shift from getting a quote unquote real job to pursuing this art as a career?
Um, I look at it, I'm getting a two for one. So I'm doing
Okay,
something that I love and I'm getting paid for it.
okay,
But I do have a job on the side, so I am a phlebotomist as well.
okay.
So I'd have a balance. So I love drawing blood, which sounds crazy, but
Uh,
I'm good at that and I'm good at painting as well. So even if people do have jobs, I would say still stick with your job just to have that income to pursue your dreams, to help like bring that extra income for your business.
okay. So how do you get started? I mean, tell us about the early days of you starting your business off.
Um, the LLC is very important. Back then, I didn't know anything about LLCs and getting my stuff branded, so I would push the LLC first. getting your ducks in a row, get a business plan, get a year plan, get a 2-year plan, 5-year plan, and execute. Get a vision board. A vision board is very important.
Okay.
I more so say structure is really good when starting a business.
Mm-hmm. So you didn't just run out there and start painting. You actually thought of this as just a. Did you ever go from thinking it was just a hobby and something I like to do to, hey, this is actual business where I can make money and pay my bills?
Well, it was
So,
pretty much both because I started my business originally when I was after I had my youngest. I was going
okay.
through postpartum depression, and I'm
Okay.
like, what can I do to escape like this madness? So
Mm,
my first painting was a mother and me. So I painted like a
okay.
little circle, a little mother on the top, baby in the bottom. My godfather, which is Joey Williams, he was the one that pushed me like, well, you can get paid for this, right? And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
people want to see me paint. I can get paid for painting. Like this is something that this is just my hobby. Like this is my passion. So he pushed me. So I did my first paint party, and it's like it opened up a door. Everybody loved it, and I was not
Yeah.
expecting that at all. So I'll definitely say take a leap of faith.
Yeah. Well, shout out to him who's a tremendous artist in his own
Yes,
for
yes.
encouraging you. Yeah. So you get the business started. What was it like? Getting it off the ground. Tell us about some of the early challenges you had.
My first challenge was as far as clients. I
Okay.
had a handful that were swinging my back, backing me up. Then I had a handful like, well, you don't do portraits. I don't want to just do scenery. So I would encourage to find your own target. Not everybody likes portraits, not everybody likes abstract. So
Mm-hmm.
my challenge was trying to really more so find my target audience. So that was like
Mm-hmm.
a big challenge for me. And I still sometimes struggle with it today.
Okay. You mentioned abstract art. Explain to people what abstract art is, and old people like me look and say, "Hey, that don't look like the picture." So
Right.
so explain.
So you have abstract art. That's more so dealing with shapes, forms. It's more so like an illusion. You can actually look at abstract art and see one thing. You will see it in your vision, but somebody else will totally see it in a different aspect. But they're both a beautiful viewing of a painting. So that's what I more so push. So my business is called Extraordinary Art. So I don't like to be original. I like to be different. So
Mm,
all my paintings have to be different. All my classes have to be different. I try to push people's artistic side because even though you say you're not artistic, you'll be surprised at what you can create with the abstract art. Then you
okay.
have portrait painting. Portrait is more so surrealism, so you're trying to get it to be perfect. And
Uh-huh.
I'm not a perfect person, so abstract is my my lane.
Okay. And I'm not curious, because again, most people see art, they want something to look like something. We know there's other forms of art. So how had you seen abstract art before you kind of went that direction and kind of said, hey, that kind of appeals to me? Or were there abstract artists you had seen and you kind of said, hey, I kind of like that?
It wasn't a specific artist, but back in high school, I had a teacher, Sally Mae Purchase. We
Uh-huh.
had looked at a painting, and her version of the painting and my version of the painting was two different versions, but it was still a beautiful painting. So that's
Uh-huh.
why I said I like abstract art because it's different. It's like a with a twist, and you can view it your own way and look at it your own way.
Okay. And so tell us about this painting that's to your left and my right there behind you. You said it's one
Yeah,
of your favorites.
yeah. So this is my lady on the beach.
Okay. Tell us about Lady on the Beach.
So when I did this painting, I was in one of my calm state. I had just left the beach, and I'm like, I just want to do something that's just calm. It's gonna draw attention, but not too much attention. So I
Mm-hmm.
had the lady just sitting on the sand. So I added real texture sand to this piece as well.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
like a mixed media art. So I used acrylic paint and I used sand as well. So it's
Mm,
supposed to be like a calm and soothing. So more so like a for your bathroom. It's a good picture for your bathroom.
okay. Now, I'm just asking. Now, somebody said, "Wow, I really like that painting behind you there. Is Lady on the Beach for sale?"
Now the original is not for sale. This is my this is my baby. But I
Okay.
can create another one.
Okay.
I
Okay.
definitely can. So if you have like colors, like if you want to add me to add like gray, green, it can be added as well.
Okay. Okay. Because people,
And then I
people.
do have my all my paintings on all my social medias, Facebook, Instagram, my TikTok. And what I like about my paintings, I can do the same exact painting but with different colors. So if it's like so you say you have a house that's like green, purple, pink, I can put those colors right in at a match.
Okay. Um. So, and we're just having a conversation. So,
Okay.
have people ever called you to do like paintings in their home on walls or ceilings or things like that?
Yes. So this year I just started my murals. So I just
Okay.
start pushing that more. So I do murals for bedrooms, bathrooms, houses, Airbnb, studios, schools, on your fences. So if you want to make your little fence fancy for the kids, I can do like butterflies, flowers, all types of stuff. And I
Oh,
do travel as well with that also.
okay. So I'm gonna ask you this because I know you've done it. So what kind of murals are in your daughter's rooms?
Oh, I got there. They got some little pink little wash. And let me move this painting a little bit. So I have one actually behind me that I
Hmm.
had did for my living room. I don't know if you can see it a little bit, but it has like the little burgundy and red. So even with my murals, I do push the abstract murals too. So you have like the stone wash, like a water wash, more so scenery. So this is another scenery painting that I do. So
Yes.
I'm big with my scenery painting. So this one I had to deal with a paintbrush, but the trees I use with a Q-tip. So that's a
Oh,
Q-tip method that I use. So I
wow.
do have paint classes. I'm gonna push those for Fridays. So we're gonna start doing freestyle Fridays every Friday.
Okay. Okay. And what will you be doing those?
That's really gonna be at my extraordinary art studio. It's gonna be at 1388 Isabella Avenue. It's
Okay.
just a house, but it's in the basement. But the basement looks like a studio.
Okay.
That's
Let's get some of those statistics out now. So the name of your business is
Extraordinary Art LLC.
okay. And if people wanted to contact you, how could they reach you?
They can reach me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and they're all three the same. Artist Tevyona. That's ARTIST TEVYONA.
Okay.
Tevyona.
Good.
And that's for all three of my platforms. And I do have an Etsy account as well. That's Extraordinary Art. So you can buy some of my stuff off of Etsy and order anything off of there as well.
Okay. Well, good. Good. So I have a question. I know paint and sip has taken off.
Yeah.
I have not been to one yet. I've been
Oh,
invited to
you
Q&A
got to.
so far, and I've been able to dodge them so far. But tell me about this whole paint and sip and what's going on. Why is it taking off, and what do you do with these things?
Okay, so with my paint and sip parties, you can do a paint and sip, or you can just do paint. So I'll still provide a wine glass, but you will just bring your own beverage. But with the paint and sip, you get the easel, the canvas, the brush, the aprons. I will instruct you as well. So I'm gonna be showing everybody step by step how to do like a perfect painting as this one. So this is one of my step by step classes that I will teach.
Okay.
I will provide the wine as well. So I usually get my wine from Marquise Chowders. He's a really good wine person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, with the paint and sips, you can either come to my studio or I can travel to you. So if I come to you, you will be in charge of the table, chairs, and the venue. So I provide all the paint equipment, easels, stands, everything else. Um, let me see what else. So I do those for kids. I do have a kid package. I have a package for adults, and I have packages for the elders as well. I have bundle deals. So if you have like the more people, the cheaper the package will be. So
Now
when I do
you
my
don't get the
prices,
wine. The kids don't get the wine, right?
no, I get
Oh,
for the kids, I get them sparkling juice. So
okay.
that's the
Okay.
thing. The
I was
kids
quick
get
with
sparkling
that,
juice.
but we have to be specific.
I gotta make the kids feel a little fancy.
Okay.
And then I do travel to nursing homes. So I did 3 nursing homes, and that was an awesome experience. So for them too, I usually bring sparkling juice for the nursing home too.
Okay.
And I do couples. I can do mommy and me, daddy and me. I do family nights, church groups, fundraising groups, back to school parties. Just a romantic night. I have done some couple parties down at the beach, down at Heritage Landing. So pretty much anywhere with a nice setting. And I provide like the tiki torches, candle lights, rose petals. So all that will be included in the package as well.
Okay. Well, good. Good. So you mentioned some other services that you provide. Tell us about some of those other.
So my other services, I have the paint and sip parties. I do provide painting kits. So if I'm not available to do an actual paint party, if I'm out of town, if you're going out of town, I could put everything in a box. So you'll have the easel, the paint brushes, the aprons, the paint. I use for the kids. I put in a snack for the kids. So I use like pretzels or candy, something like that. For the adults, I usually put for the couples. You get rose petals, candle lights, little tiki little torches, the canvases, the brushes. So everything will be broken down into a box. So I do the paint kits, the paint parties. I do mural paintings as well. Um, I just start dipping and dabbling to not cabinets, countertops with epoxy. So that's a resin epoxy. So I make
Mhm.
stash boxes, rolling trays as well.
Okay. So, like when a musician, they practice. How do you come up with new ideas? You talk about trying new things. Is it just you hear about things, or I just come to you? How do you come up with new stuff? I guess is what I'm saying.
It's pretty much broad. I love Pinterest. I love Pinterest. I
Okay.
usually look on stuff like TikTok. I might be driving somewhere and see like a tree that looks really nice and take a picture of it and just later on like paint something that looks similar to it. So
Hmm.
my ideas come from everywhere. My brain be scattered.
Okay. And tell us what's one of the things that you've enjoyed most about having this art business.
Think it'll be more so networking. I love networking, meeting new people, seeing how much people are drawn to my art.
Uh-huh.
Seeing how much I didn't have people tell me like how my paintings been changed, like the mood of their house, the setting of their house. So I'm trying to push that everybody gets a piece of my extraordinariness in their house or their
Oh,
business. So when they see the T Knox, they know it came from me.
okay. Okay. Good. Good. Um, we'll talk about the good, the bad. What are some of the biggest challenges you've had to overcome? You say you've been doing this 5 years now.
Yep, yep.
Yeah. What are some of the biggest challenges
My
you've had?
biggest challenge my biggest challenge would be the communication, as far as with customers. I make my flyers and I try to push for people like when they ask me questions. I know people are gonna ask questions, but I try to put all my questions on a flyer. So my
Uh-huh.
biggest challenge is more so just people reading. That's probably my biggest one. And I know it's gonna happen, but that's my
Yeah.
only problem. Other than that, I love running my business. Like I'm
You want
not
to say
gonna
you want
stop.
to say I'm sure it's on the flyer, but
Yeah, yeah. Like I want to say it's on the flyer, but I be nice about it. I'm like, yes, it's this price. You get this included.
yeah, you lose customers that way. But yeah,
Yep, yep,
I understand the frustration sometimes. Yeah, they call you actually everything that could have been answered on the flyer.
yep,
Yeah,
yep. So
yeah.
that's about like my only problem.
Okay.
Yep.
And are you staying pretty busy these days?
Yes. So I do have days where I'm really slow, where I won't get any bookings, nobody inboxing me. But then I have the next day, I got 10 people inbox me, 10 people want to book, 10 people want painting. So I have my days. So
Oh,
I definitely encourage anybody that with a business, don't stop. You're gonna have slow days, you're gonna have overwhelming days.
okay. So uh over the 5 years, have you noticed like any trends change in the kind of requests that people bring to you? Like you find more people are asking for certain types of things at different times?
Um, I'm noticing the holidays. So I'm getting
Okay.
better with my holidays. So Black
Okay.
Friday, I get swamped with orders.
Mm,
Father's Day, I get swamped with orders. Christmas, I get swamped with orders. So now I'm starting to be on top of the ball. So now we're in August. So I will be working on my stuff for Black Friday just so I can be ahead of the game.
okay. Okay. And what do you see for your future? Where do you see this business taking?
I definitely see myself traveling more, as far as painting more Airbnbs. I've been getting a lot of inquiries about painting Airbnbs, more painting sips, probably more paint kits because I'm not being available as much as I used to, but people are picking up more on the paint kits.
Okay.
So about 5 years from now, I definitely can see myself being more of a full-time traveling artist, more and then going to different states. I more so want to do a pop and shop in every state. So where
Okay.
I do like live painting, so have people just come out watching me live, just telling them about myself if they're interested. Um, just more so traveling more. I do
Okay.
want to travel more with my business. So I want to put extraordinary art on the map. I know that.
Now, when you say Airbnbs, what are you doing at those?
For the Airbnb, so I will be painting murals for the walls, or I can put canvas arts. I can do
Mhm.
coasters, like incense holders. So more so little Airbnb packages, so they can get the paintings, murals, and everything else.
Okay. And when now you call yourself a traveling artist, tell us about the
Yeah.
traveling part.
So as far as traveling, so I've only been to a couple states. So I've traveled to Mississippi, Texas, Arizona, what's it about? California, all those to do paint parties. So when I say that I have an actual tote that I put on the airplane, I will fly out, set up at your own venue, your house or home, whatever, and set up actual and do a paint party for you.
Okay. Well, you said only. That's a pretty good start for.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
yeah.
That's pretty good. Now you mentioned that you said your daughters. How old are your daughters?
So I have a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Okay, so you say they're you see them starting to get interested in art as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So my little baby, especially when I do paint parties, like at my mom's house in the studio, my daughter, she be on hands on deck. She'll be trying to pass out the brushes, pass out the easels. If you ask her what she wants to be, she's like, "I'm gonna be an artist like my mom."
oh,
So
that's
I
nice.
love it. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So are you seeing
So
the
I will be having little assistants pretty soon.
there you go. And do you see artistic ability in both of them? Are
Yes,
they gravitate to an
definitely.
abstract or some other area you think?
My oldest, she's more so volleyball, but she dip and dabble into the art. But my youngest, she's got her hand on it. She wants to do it.
Good, good. That's good. And so, and we kind of talked about the future and where you're going. Are there some things you think in your mind? This is something I really want to get a chance to do one day.
I really want to paint a mural on a Planned Parenthood building.
Oh, okay.
And I say Planned Parenthood because, like I said, I had started my business like based off of me going through postpartum depression. So I
Hmm.
have a specific painting, a mother of mine, and I really want to paint that on the building. So like a Planned Parenthood, like a Salvation Army, anything that's like encouraging. So one of those type of buildings.
Okay. Let me ask you this, and I know Peyton Sips, you always, I'm gonna say, seeing like a bunch of women, but when you have these parties, are men showing up at these events
Oh
too?
yes, I've
Oh,
been liking that. I've been actually having men, a lot more men booking couples paint days. Like I have the guys like, hey, I want to do something with my lady. Like you hook something up for me, and I bring everything to the table: the tables, the chairs, the rose petals, the candles, the whole nine. So
is
I
that right?
try to make it to the point where the woman is very appreciated. Like the man went out and did all this for her.
Okay, so fellas, if you're out there, look, we got Sweetest Day coming up pretty
Yeah,
soon. There's always birthdays, Christmas things.
makeup gifts.
So here's an idea for you. Write it down or save it in your phone. Kill that couple. What do you call it? Couples paint and sip? Is that
Yep,
what it
couple painting sets. Yep.
is? Yeah, I would never thought of that. I'm gonna write it down myself.
Yeah. So good
Good.
makeup gift if your woman is mad. This will be a perfect day.
I don't know.
And then for the sketches too, I usually do like a king and a queen or like a key and a heart. I have like a African the state of Africa, the continent of Africa, and then it has like the eye. So all they're doing is just coloring it in with a paintbrush. So it's
Oh,
just something sentimental for them. And I
okay.
provide wine as well too with that.
Okay. You leave after the wines and all. Well, that's that's very nice. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
That's good. Any other okay, so you said you want to do a mural at Planned Parenthood. Any other big dream ideas you have out there about things you want to do or where you want to take this?
Um, I want to push more of my live painting. So I've been seeing a lot of people like the way like when I do live painting, like in the action, they like that. So they're just really drawn to that. So I at least want to go to a state every month and do like, for example, Las Vegas. I would love to just go down on the strip and just paint and just have people just walking past, just watching me. I do auction off my painting as well when I do my live painting.
Mm-hmm.
So more auctions. I want to do more painting
We've
auctions.
done those like I think I was in an event where the guy painted a scene from the event I was at and they auctioned
Mhm.
at the end, and I thought
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was
I love it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of nice. So yeah, that would be
Mhm.
interesting. Good, good. So again, folks, if you're out there listening, we're talking to a homegrown young lady. I pronounced it wrong. Tavanya, no, Tevi,
Tevion.
Teviana.
Yep.
Okay, Tevyona Knox, and I'll add, you may recognize the Knox family name. I'm an old Muskegon Heights resident, so
Hmm.
I certainly recognize the family name, and maybe I'll tell her a funny story about her dad later on in the program. But she is the owner and founder of Extraordinary Art LLC. And we're having just a wonderful conversation here about her and her passion, which is art. Now, you're a black female, and so with this show is got torn into, and we provide information, but we also like to inform people. And so this is not just a having fun; this is a business. And so let's talk a little bit about the business side of things. You had to get uh, incorporated as an LLC.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that process of realizing, hey, this is actual business, and I gotta take care of
Yeah.
it. For we have young women that listen to the program, but people thinking, they want to start a business, they're afraid. Tell them some of the challenges you had, things you think they should learn, and things to be prepared for, and kind of encourage people that are thinking about starting their businesses out there.
One big thing that I just recently learned is receipts. Keep all of your receipts for your taxes.
The tax man coming. Yes.
Yes. So I'm like, I probably would be rich right now if I knew that, what I do now. But
Yeah.
definitely keep your receipts. Stay on top of your LLCs. If you have web pages, make sure if you have not have an auto pay, make it on auto pay. So that was a big challenge that I had. Like I would have my website, forget to pay my website, then my website would be suspended, or I didn't have my domain taken from me because I didn't pay off the domain. So that's some hidden things that you don't even think about. Like I'm just thinking I'm going in here just painting, just calling it a day. It's so much deeper. You have to get the LLC, stay on top of your receipts, stay on top of your domains, inventory. During the pandemic, that was something that I had to realize that I had to figure out what I was going to do. So when the pandemic happened, stores were shutting down. So I was running out of canvases. So that's when I started like more so like dipping and dabbing, painting on walls. I would paint on wood pieces, fences, just regular paper. So you have to try to kind of think of like an escape route or backup plans. Support is big. Don't always look for family support. Sometimes you might not get it. More support comes from strangers, believe it or not. Being consistent. Consistency is really big with the business nowadays, as far as like posting. Even if you don't get likes, it might seem like you're talking to yourself sometimes, but somebody out there is watching. Even if they don't see a like, they're gonna scroll, read your stuff, and still give you an acknowledgement. So more so consistency is really big.
I think you said in the beginning, did you sit down and actually write out a business plan when you began?
No, when I first started, I didn't. When I first started my business, I'm like, oh, I could sell a painting for $200. I can do a couple of these. I was thinking about the money when I first started.
Okay.
But long-term wise, that's when I started breaking down the receipts. Like, yeah, I'm doing a painting for $200, but let me put this towards like my canvases. Not let me put this towards getting shoes. So you basically you're not gonna see your profit at first, but if you keep on top of it, you're definitely gonna start seeing the profit coming in.
Yeah. And so did you find you had to kind of change your mindset to say, this is really a business and I enjoy it, but I gotta have a business mind toward this thing?
Yes. It took me a year later.
My
first year I played. All I was doing is painting, just making money. But that second year, going into my second year, I'm like, okay, it's staying consistent. This is something that can be like a long-term business. Like I might not make an income, or I can make money in my sleep doing this. And when I started doing like the paint parties where I was require a half deposit, I would have people just send me a half deposit, like, hey, I want to do a paint party. That's when I start really making money in my sleep. So I'm like, I need to start being serious about this, where 10 years from now, I don't have to actually be there, but I can still make money from it.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. I think that's, again, we try to inform them. We've talked to a number of entrepreneurs, and everybody's story is different. But I think it's important for people to hear the story, because there's always people out there that are thinking, I like to start a business, or what it's like, and it's just an encouragement for them, to hear, especially a young Black sister like yourself, this they'll say, hey, I'm out here doing this, but these are some of the challenges I've had and things I've had to learn along the way. So we appreciate you sharing that. So you're 5 years in. How do you feel about things overall? Do you feel like, those are things I want to do more, but do you feel like you're on track? You look at your plans you've written down. How do you feel about how things are going right now?
I'm happy with how things are going. I could be a lot further, but like I said, I'm just now realizing about the receipts and write-offs and stuff. So now that I feel like I'm kind of ahead of the game, now I'm getting to the point I'm getting excited, because I know like my income is about to double. So it's now getting to the point where I know I'm gonna need like assistance and stuff. So I'm definitely about to start cracking down on a lot of stuff when it comes to my business.
Okay. Tevyona, we're coming up to the bottom half an hour. Can you stick around a little bit longer?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to take a little break, folks, and we're going to continue on with our guest today, artist Tevyona Knox. So watch this break, and then we'll be right back.
The second annual I Am Her Feminine Hygiene Drive, supporting young ladies from Ghana, Africa, in need of everyday essentials and feminine hygiene products, was a great success. Thanks to the generosity of our community and organizations like Period.org, Muskegon Heights Public School Academy, Confident Cosmetics, Muskegon Heights Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Inc., and everyone who made a contribution. Hundreds of young ladies and village members received essential items. The community made a lasting impact with more than 10,000 sanitation items donated. If you would like to help, donations can be made year-round by dropping off items in the donation shed at the Maize and Right Media Center, located at 1877 Peck Street, or making a contribution to paypal.me/1037thebeats. For more information, call 231-727-5007. Thank you for supporting I Am Her Foundation.
The wait is over. The all-new Umoja Radio Network, home to over 40 black-owned radio stations and podcasts, is here for you. Connect to the world's fastest-growing collection of unapologetically black and proud media, from podcasts to independent black-owned radio stations, and access to the important news and music you need. Umoja Radio is from our culture, by our culture, for our culture. The all-new Umoja Radio is available right now on Google Play and the Apple Store. Join the movement. Be empowered.
Good afternoon. This is Melvin Burns, your host this afternoon of our program Torn in Two. My co-host, Brother Gregory T., is not with me today. And we've been having a great conversation with a young lady who's an artist here in Muskegon. Her name is Tevyona Knox, and we're going to continue that conversation. And if you have any questions as you're out there for her, or just any encouragement for her, feel free to type us some comments in the chat line. We'll take a look at those, but we're going to continue our conversation for a little bit longer here. Tevyona, I had a couple of things I still wanted to get to and ask you about. Do you ever look, like you say your painting there's one of your favorites, and do you ever look at any of your paintings later on and change them, or do you kind of like, well, that's it, it's said, it's done? Do you ever go back and put?
Yes. So I done had a couple painting, like scenery paintings, like with my trees. I have one specific piece that I done painted when I first started in 2019. Back in 2019, and I went back and touched on it, and it makes me excited just looking at my growth from back then to now. It's really exciting because I kind of train myself. I usually watch YouTube videos, TikTok videos, but I'm more so just always just trying to tweak it a little bit just to see how better I have got, and just different techniques too.
Okay. Good. Yeah, I would. I don't know, Pastor. I don't like going back and listening to an old sermon because it's like, man,
Really?
I can't believe I said that. So really, really critical of myself. So I find it difficult. I'll read notes, but to listen to myself is really tough for me sometimes. I'm critical of myself. So
I am too, especially with my paintings. Believe it or not, I have like a lot of my paintings that I have done. I'm like, I could have did this better, but people are like, no, it's perfect. I'm like, no, I'm looking at what is messed up, or what's messed up about it. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you ever do something, go, well, that's not one of my better works. People go, oh, it's great, I love it. You're going,
yeah,
yeah.
Like I'm going to show you a painting for this one example.
It
was supposed to be straight, but when people look at it, they was like, no, it looks like it's at an angle, and I'm like, oh, I never looked at it like that. So this is a perfect example.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. So you talked about teaching. So tell me a little bit about what that's been like. I think obviously you're trying to encourage people with your passion, which is art. So how has that been going? How do you go about doing the teaching?
So as far as teaching now, it's been looking at my target audience are younger kids that want to do art, but they're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get paid for it. I don't know if it's a real career. So in my classes, I'm going to be teaching them a paint pour class and an abstract class. So we're going to rotate every Friday. So one Friday would be doing a paint pour. So what a paint pour is paint, acrylic paint, but it's watered down into like a liquid form. So it's water. So I don't know if you ever seen like videos where they pour it in a cup, pour it on the canvas, and like get the rotating it around and have like the little waves and swirls.
Okay.
I like art like that because it's an uncontrollable situation. So you can't control how it comes out, but 9 times out of 10 it's going to come out beautiful. So that's going to be one of the classes that I'm teaching the kids, where even if their painting is not perfect, it's really perfect. It's in an extraordinary way. So younger kids, I'm more so targeting where they're like discouraged, not knowing if they're going to end up making it as far as painting. So that's more so my target right now is the younger kids. So when I do my classes, I have classes for kids and adults on my Friday. So if you want to bring like your little cousin, son, nephew, you could pay for yourself and pay for your child. But how the class will be set up, it'll be broad where a 10-year-old can learn or a 60-year-old can learn at the same span.
Okay. Okay. And let me ask you, do you go like I see, artists at some of the festivals, those type of things? Do you attend any of those? Do they fit your
Yes,
schedule? Okay.
yes, I make it fit.
Okay. Yeah, do you have any
I
coming
definitely
up in
make
the
it fit.
future?
August 20th, I'm gonna be part of a when bosses pop up. So that's gonna be located in Grand Rapids. If you're following my Facebook or my Instagram, I'm gonna be sharing it on my pages. So be looking out for those. Um, August 19th, 231 Dave Fox and Ricky Anderson will be having something down at Mona Lake. So I'm gonna be doing some live painting down there as well.
Okay.
September 20th, I'm going to be part of a symphony down in Grand Rapids. So it's going to be like a watercolor. They're going to be doing some symphony classes,
Oh,
singing, and make like the little orchestra. So I'm going to be painting as well down there.
okay.
Um, Probably in the either September or October, I'm going to be doing something just on my own where I'm going to be down different little venues, little spots. I'm just going to be picking the random areas and I'm just going to be
Mm-hmm.
doing some live painting just so people could just ride past, just experience and just look at me just painting out there.
Okay. So it's like gonna be pretty busy these next couple of months.
I'm trying. Yep,
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
trying.
And have you ever entered any art competitions? I mean, that can be nerve-wracking, but have you ever entered any of those?
Yes. So I was just part of some last year, and this year. I was in an art battle from Grand Rapids. So I
Okay.
had battled against different artists in Grand Rapids, and I actually beat my competition in
Okay.
Grand Rapids. So I was the Grand Rapids competition art battle winner. So
Okay.
I can't show you my piece because it got auctioned off, but I
Oh,
do have
okay.
it posted on my Facebook and my Instagram. So we only had the first round, we had 15 minutes to create a painting. And the second round, you only had 20 minutes. So
Wow.
both my rounds, I ended up doing my painting in 14 minutes, and then the second one I did in 16 minutes.
Okay.
So from start to finish, so my canvas was blank. After I got done, it was a whole scenery painting on there.
And
So
how many other artists were in this competition?
the first round you do 4 artists. The second round it'll be 4 artists again, but it's only one winner. Yeah.
Oh,
So it was
wow.
12 artists. So it was three rounds, 12 artists altogether.
Wow. Well, that's pretty. And you
Yep.
stole your piece at the end.
Yep.
Oh, that's a win.
Yeah, I know. I was so
Do you
happy.
have any other competitions coming? You have any other
No,
competitions
not
coming up?
anymore. Not this year. Next year I'm gonna be in a state competition. So I'm gonna be the state competition art battle, and it's gonna be in Jackson, Florida.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'll be nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Um, let me talk about. I'm gonna tell you a story, just because I said I was gonna tell you a story about your dad. So
Okay.
I don't know if I think I remember asking your mom if you ever saw this picture, but this goes back to 1970. I'm gonna say 77, probably.
Hmm.
The Wiz had just came out, big deal, and so we did the play The Wiz. You've probably seen productions of it since then. So
Yep.
this was early high school productions, and me, your dad, and two other guys, we were the yellow brick roads, and we had these real loud, ugly yellow and black tuxedos, big long 10-foot long yellow and black poles, and big yellow afro wigs. I don't know if you ever seen that picture, but every time I think of that, I always think of that.
No, but I'm gonna ask my grandma for it.
Yeah, a friend of mine has the picture, but it was just just one of the things I always remember. He was a good guy. I remember him very well as I know your mom and my daughter. She was at the school. My daughter was out there, so you come from good stock. Tell me, being a product of Muskegon and Muskegon Heights, I'll say both, but how has the community been with supporting you?
They're big on supporting me. Like I
Okay.
get people all the time tagging me in different things like paint parties, vendor events, live competitions. And it seems like when people think about art, it makes me feel because they think about me. So that's
Uh-huh.
that's a big plus. I didn't had Marquise reach out to me with the festival in the park, so they had me come out there and do some
Okay.
live painting. I've had Dave Fox reach out to me about doing some live stuff, and it is that by itself is support by just having me come out just doing live painting, even if I get paid, if I don't get paid for it, just having them see me. If they book me, that's just support by itself.
Okay. Good. And if you don't mind telling the audience, how old are you?
30.
30.
I am 30 years old. My birthday is April 19th.
Okay, and just again, I just asked you just to put out it for people because again, I'm appreciative of the effort you've put into building your business and how you represent your will. We want people to hear the program and be informed and be encouraged by what they're seeing and hearing today. And
I
so, thanks
appreciate
for
it.
sharing. We talked a little bit before about how things got started and your future a little bit, and you said you're kind of pleased how things are going now. Are there some other things that you kind of feel like you want to get your hands on as an artist these days?
I more so want to do more stuff down by the beach. I just had somebody reach out to me about doing some painting down at the lakeshore, like down at the little crosswalk path.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try to get into doing some more stuff like that, more art competitions, more live. I want to collaborate with other artists. I have a cousin, Keisha Thornton. She has the restaurant downtown. I want to do some paintings for her
Okay.
cafe. Just more so just leaving my mark everywhere. That's my big
Okay.
goal. I just really want to leave my mark everywhere.
Okay. Yeah, I think one day you'll go by and see one of your paintings or some of your work somewhere, and everybody
Yes,
will come by and admire it. And I see your face
yes,
light up when I say that. And
yeah. I'm like, I want that so bad.
yeah, you ever go somewhere and somebody and somebody's home and somebody go, hey, wait a minute, there's one of my pieces of art
Yes.
there. Yeah, how
hmm
does it make you feel?
It make me feel so good. I have like little kids coming to me like they think I'm Picasso or something. That's a
Oh,
really good feeling when they
oh, that's
really want to come up do my paint parties, when they want to buy my paintings. I done had a little boy where I sell a painting for like $50 and he's like, all I have is $5. I will sell that painting to him because it just shows me
oh,
how much he really wanted and how much he's passionate into my stuff. But it just makes me really feel good.
yeah, yeah. Because some of what we call that sewing, and sometimes you have a
Yeah,
price. Something in your heart just says, you know what, I just got to do this, and
yeah,
you don't know how far those seeds go sometimes. So
yeah.
that's a neat thing. That's
Mhm.
awesome. We talked a little bit about like paint and sip is one of those things I've kind of seen take off over the years. Are you seeing any other trends you think out there? Do you go like, I want to make sure I'm kind of on top of that and where people are going? Oh, again, the live. I don't know how that's going, but I see more like the events where I see the artists there painting the live scenes. Are
Mhm.
you seeing or aware of any other trends you like? I'm going to keep an eye on that and see where that's going.
Um, Not really. I can't think right now.
Yeah, you sort of see this merge of like music and art kind of come. Well, it's called music is art, but kind of see this merge of like music and art kind of coming together. Like you
Well,
mentioned, paint.
poetry nights. Yeah,
Oh,
poetry
oh,
nights.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I can
yeah.
see that. Like, I've been having a lot of people like being interested in watching me paint, but listen to poetry. So I'm gonna start trying to collaborate with people that do poetry nights and see if
Mm-hmm.
they're like, hey, can I paint while you're, you know, doing your poetry, or can I paint while you're rapping or something?
That'd
Just do
be
like one of the situations where I'm like kind of painting the mood in a sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You probably I can't remember the movie. It's one of those. Which one is one of those Tyler Perry movies where uh, she's reading this poetry and he's painting at the same time. I can't remember which one of
hmm
the movies it is,
I,
but
I know it's one you're talking about. I can't think of the
yeah,
title
yeah.
of
But
it.
this it's kind of just made the impression like, yeah, that's kind of
hmm
neat, that's kind of different.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So when you paint, do you have music on? What do you have? Do you
Um, I'm
what do you
I'm
do to
uh
get
I'm
yourself
old
there?
school, so when I paint, my environment, it has to be peaceful. So I'm listening to R&B, some old school. I get into my Zen moment. So I
Is
tell
there
people like painting is supposed to be therapeutic.
okay? And do you paint every day?
Not every day. I more so paint Saturday. I mean Sundays. If I'm in the mood, sometimes I get irritated and I just whip out my paintbrush and paint, or just to lift myself up. I know I go live on Sundays, so every Sunday I usually go
Oh,
live and do some live painting. Yep, on
oh, okay,
Facebook. Yep.
okay. So are these pieces you're currently working on now?
No, this one is one that I'm finished on.
Now, when did,
This
when
one
did
I
you finish this one, Lady in the?
this one, the lady on the beach, I did that back in 2020.
Okay,
So this one is a 3-year-old painting.
okay. Are you working? So are you anything you're working on currently?
You say what? Am I working on anything?
Are there some pieces you're currently working on? I want to ask
Yeah,
you to
so
share
I'm
them
I'm
with our
working
family.
on I'm working on a piece, a braided piece. So this might be like a 1 in a million pieces because it's a challenge for me.
What did you call it? A what piece?
A 1 in a million.
No, before you said braid. What is it?
Oh yeah, braided. So I'm painting she's a lady, so she has her hands up, and I'm braiding it for somebody. So the lady, she's a braider, so she's gonna
Oh,
braid the
braid.
actual braid. Yep. So she's
Okay.
gonna braid the hair, and I'm gonna glue it to the piece.
You're gonna glue
So I'm
hair
gonna
to
be
the piece?
posting that. Yep. So I'm gonna be posting that Sunday. So be
Oh,
looking out for
wow.
that one Sunday. Yep.
Oh, okay.
So that's
With
gonna be
real
one of
hair.
my mixed meter. Yes. Yep. So it's gonna be
Cool.
like an under braid.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
so where'd that idea come from?
She actually sent it to me. She sent me a picture. She was like, "Do you think you can do this?" And I'm like, "I can do it with a twist." So when people usually send me ideas, I don't like to paint it exactly the original because I'm an original artist. So if I have somebody send somebody something of mine, I'm like, "Don't copy it exactly. Like, just put your own twist to it." So when she
Hmm.
sent it to me, she just told me she want me to tweak the colors, but I'm just adding some extra stuff to it. So I'm gonna add like butterflies, flowers. So it's not gonna be the original piece that she sent me, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be better than what she sent me.
Okay. Well, good. Let me ask you this. Uh, they say all like now, every uh, football player wants to be a singer, and basketball players want to be rappers. You're an artist. Is there another art form you look at sometimes and say, "Man, I wish I could do that," whether it's music or acting or something? Is
Model,
there another art form you look at and go, "Boy, I wish I could do that."
modeling,
Really?
definitely modeling. Yeah, I did it when I was about 5 years old. I did a little bit modeling here and there,
Uh huh.
but if I could change my goal or change my career, it definitely would be model. I like model. I like taking pictures. I feel like my face is photogenic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Tevyona, thank you so much. Let's tell folks again the name of your business.
Yep. So it's Extraordinary Art LLC. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I mean not Twitter. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Etsy. On all platforms, Artist Tevyona. ArtistTevyona.
And for us old people who aren't on all those things, is there a phone number they can reach you at also?
I do not have a business phone number right now.
Okay.
Um,
See
I
how old
usually
we
tell
are. It's
people,
like,
yeah, I tell my older crowds, and I don't know if I should say it or not, but I usually tell people like somebody younger that has a Facebook or Instagram, so
yeah.
just have somebody reach out to me. I'm in the process of getting a business phone, but I just don't have it right now.
Yeah.
But
Well,
more
we
so
can,
Facebook, yeah,
yeah. Well, old people we can get to Facebook. We might,
yeah,
so, and they can find you under the name Artist Tevyona.
yes,
Okay.
Artist Heavy.
Good. Good. And you also mentioned, you had some classes coming up at your studio. You said
Yeah,
toward
so
the
Friday. So yep, Friday. So Fridays are Freestyle Friday classes, and usually those classes are from 5 to 7. Then I have light
Mhm.
refreshments, so I have like cheese crackers, like some juices, waters. I have wine for the adults. I have sparkling juice for the kids. So if you ever want to get out, have you and your kids just book with me. Just let me know at least a day in advance so I can have everything set up. And I'm gonna be rotating. So one week we're gonna do an abstract class. The next week we'll do a paint pour class.
Okay. So like the piece behind you, how long does it take you to do a piece like that?
This one took me 7 hours.
Okay. Okay. Good. So in a class on a paint sip, you can create something pretty spectacular in that period of
Oh
time.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So my paint class, so we wouldn't do this for a paint class just because it
Right.
takes longer. It'd be like broken down in sections. But with my paint class, it'd be more so paint pours, scenery paintings. I have a tape method where I tape off the canvas and they're
Hmm.
painting each section, and then I'll come off and just pull the tape. So you have those
Hmm.
like vertical little lines and stuff.
Okay. Good. Tevyona, anything else we had to appreciate the time we've had to kind of have a conversation today and kind of expose those people in Muskegon and well, not just Muskegon, but everywhere who get a chance to listen and hear our program. Anything else you want to tell folks out there about you and your business we haven't talked about today?
No, I think we cover everything. I just
Okay.
want everybody to, if you have Facebook or Instagram, please like and follow my page. Tune in on Sundays, my live painting on Sundays. If you're busy on me, if you don't have any plans on Fridays, Freestyle Fridays is an option. If you need murals done, please contact me. If you know somebody that needs a mural done, please contact me.
Okay. Good. Tevyona, I'm gonna say it correct. Tevyona.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us on the program today. It's been a delight to
I
meet you.
appreciate you having me.
I think last time I saw you, you were a little bitty kid, but it's a delight to meet you and to see the young woman and businesswoman you've turned into. I hope
Thank
that
you.
not just our listeners, but especially our being a father of a daughter. I'm always excited to say of the young woman I can point to and say, yes, see Miss Knox's daughter. She got some good stuff going on. So
Yeah. Tell them
I
to
was
stick to it.
yeah, I'm really proud of you and excited to hear about your business and what's going on. And I hope, again, as our listeners, I hope this stirs up some extra business, some extra clients, some people. I see how talking about your business brings a smile to your face. And,
Yeah.
I say I'm a collector of people and things they do. And what I really love is hearing people talk about things they like doing,
Hmm.
and you could talk about it for hours and your passion shows interviewing you, talking to you here. So
Thank
it's
you.
just been a pleasure. And we'll look forward to maybe bringing you back in the future and just seeing how things are going and touching in with you from time to time. If that'd be okay.
Yes, of course. I
Okay.
definitely will be honored. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for joining us. Okay.
Thank you. Have a blessed one.
Okay. Bye now. All right, ladies. Just a tremendous opportunity to meet a wonderful young lady here in Muskegon. There was a saying in the Bible, and I'm not preaching a sermon, but sometimes we think about Muskegon and Muskegon Heights. Was Nineveh is going to be destroyed, and the question was asked: is there anything good can come from Nineveh? And sometimes we have to pause and say, are there still good things in Muskegon and Muskegon Heights? And there's plenty. There's plenty. I'm just excited we get the opportunity on this program to highlight artists and entrepreneurs in our community and young people especially because sometimes we don't know, we don't come out of our shells to know some of the things people are doing in this community. I'm of the older generation, and just to hear some of these young people that are taking their ideas and turning them into business and not just settling for I'll say a life of regrets and wishing, but um, it's exciting to see him. See a young lady like Tevyona take her passion and you saw her just smiling and excited and talking about her business and her future. That's the stuff I enjoy. Those are the interviews I really enjoy, and hope you're informed when you see and hear those kind of things. So hope you enjoyed that again. If you didn't get to hear this entirety, feel free to go back and watch the programs that'll be posted on the Torn in Two Facebook page. Well, I left a couple of minutes, and this is usually time when my brother Greg likes to rant and rave, and I step in to cool him down and stop him. Well, I'm not going to rant and rave today, but a couple other thoughts, a few things that I did want to just throw out there for you today. Um, and I promised a few people I'd mention a couple of things. Um, so I'm an old school Cub Scout, old school Boy Scout. Some of you old folks know my family was really involved in scouting, and so I'm really excited about something that's coming up toward the end of the month. It'll be on August 25th and 26th. Um, West Michigan Lakehawks and Lazarus Man Consulting are going to be sponsoring the first night out on the lake. What is that? What is that, Melvin? So, in both these organizations, they're really involved in the community, and they want to take some young people camping. They want to take some youth camping, and they were thinking about what campsites can they go to, where can they take kids, and they thought about, saying, you know what, we're going to start this right here in our own backyard. So they're actually going to take youth out to Mona Lake and camp. That's right. So don't think of Mona Lake like if you think of it, your festivals, picnics, and parties. We're gonna, no, it's still a big, nice natural park, trees and sand, and so um, August 25th and 26th, they're going to have young people out there pitching tents. That's right. No, camping. They won't be trapping wild animals, but they're going to be out at the Mona Lake Park camping. And when I heard about this, I was just really excited about it. The old Boy Scout in me got stirred up, so much so that I ended up volunteering. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do, but I thought it was really, really exciting and a tremendous opportunity for our young people. I know PA, our fearless leader, was a scout himself back in the day. I don't know if that's on his resume, but I'll remember him in his scouting days. And so just that experience of getting out there, camping under the sky and under the stars, and being outside, pitching a tent. You know, every young man, young woman needs to have experience of what it's like to set up a tent. Pull those ropes and get those stakes in the ground. Just you may never do it again in your lifetime, but I assure you, once you do it, it's an experience that you'll remember for a lifetime. So I'm really excited about this. They're going to have food for them, of course, and games and prizes. And I think where I'm going to pitch in is, again, recalling my Boy Scout days, is I'm going to help build a bonfire. So I'm going to be reaching out to Muskegon Heights Fire Department to make sure the fire stays contained. But I'm kind of excited. I'm looking forward to getting some pieces together. I may have to go on YouTube and do this, but I'm looking forward to just building a huge bonfire. But I did want to mention it. We may get Mr. Jenkins and Mr. Scott on later on in the interview, but I wanted to get that out there. They're signing up young people. If you're interested in that, interested in helping, you can contact LHIF Foundation at gmail.com, 231-769-9617. Again, it's a night on the lake, and it's for youth, and they're going to be this one is for young men ages 10 to 16. We talked about it. Later on, they are going to have a night out for the young ladies, but we joked about this. We're going to do those separate events, but he did say they were going to consider doing one later for the young ladies. But this first one will be for young men ages 10 to 16. Of course, they will need some parental approval, but I just thought it was a pretty neat idea. Maybe I'm alone on that, but I certainly want to encourage them, support them. And Mr. Jenkins, you and Mr. Scott, I thank you guys for, again, wanting to invest back in our community and invest back in our young people. So thank you for that. That's my public service announcement for today. I've got a couple of minutes left. I do have one other thing I want to say. On a personal note, look, this is my family reunion weekend. And folks are coming from all over the country for our family reunion. Stop me if you've heard this statement at a funeral. We have to start coming together like this. We only get together when there's funerals. Well, and it's to the point you're almost tired of hearing that. So I'm grateful to be having the Malone Moore family reunion. But I want to say this to you folks out there. Muskegon is a great place to be in the summertime, all kind of activities. We have a tendency to just put things off, to just wait. During COVID, I know one of the things our family did, a lot of families did, is they started putting together Zoom calls, Microsoft team calls, pulling family members again together. We did a family Zoom during COVID. We must have had 40 people on. It's a little bit chaotic, but we couldn't travel, couldn't see each other. Man, what a great feeling just to reach out and touch each other. Remember how you missed people during COVID? Remember how you used to call to people and texting people? Again, before COVID, Zoom meant something totally different. And then during COVID, Zoom became our saving grace. It became our lifeline to stay in contact with people. It's not an advertising for Zoom, but remember how we felt when we couldn't be in touch with people? Let me encourage you, if you're out there, that family member you think about from time to time, send them a text. I should call such and such. Stop what you're doing this second, pull over, stop in the store, and just give them a call. There's never a bad time to reach out to someone and say, hi, I was thinking about you. I was concerned about you. Especially, you have older aunts and uncles and grandparents, or even older parents. And they never regret when you reached out to say hi. Most of the time, families never regret getting together. So I want to encourage you with that today. My brother Greg, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for allowing me to sit here and drive the ship by itself. Lady J, don't know what we'd do without you. Thank you for getting me in the right place at the right time and keeping me on track, and all the things you do that I probably have no idea that you do at the station allows me to sit here and talk. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody at the station. You guys are wonderful. Folks, go out and sow a seed. Be kind to someone. Have a good Friday. Enjoy.